Today is January the 9th, and we are going to be live drawing or painting our favorite book. Sorry, I'm just trying to get you guys up here, and I need to turn the volume down and then refresh my screen to see who is with us this morning. Let's have a look. So I was trying to find my color book because that's so. Oh, I was trying to find my color book. I guess I didn't turn the volume down. And I couldn't find it, so I just pulled it up because I know. Oh, there it is. I see it. It's right in front of me. Okay, hang on 1 second. Okay, I found it. This is the book that I want to draw, but I'm going to do it a little bit different, and I'm going to have my girls sitting with the book, only because I want to include them in the image. So far, in my Pith sketchbook, we have day 1, which was flower, and these are the calendula flowers. And then artist, I had David Hockney as my artist. The next one was quote. I did 2 quotes. I love this quote, but I don't like the image, but I like this one. May all that is noise in you become music. Thank you, Gail, for that. Oh, thank you, Mags, for that, rather. Good morning, Louisa. How are you? I did not put in my stories that I was going to be here, but we just have to get used to Tuesdays. I'm on YouTube, and Thursdays I will be on YouTube as well. Then we had season, which was on day 4, and color, which was on day 5, and this was the color that I loved. Then yesterday was art material, and I did a tube of gouache, and today is going to be book. So this is the book that I want to do, and then I have an image of my girls, which I am just going to pull up here. I tried to get them to pose a little bit, not particularly for this image, but I do want to use it, so that's what I'm going to use. Janice, good morning. Trying to get back into the creative habit after a rather long break. Lovely to see you. Really nice. And I just got a fresh cup of coffee because I already had one. If anybody's doing the yoga with Adrian this morning or has done day 8, oh, it was so nice. It was so relaxing, and it was funny because when I woke up, my hands are all sore, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can do yoga today. I don't think I can put any pressure on my hands. And it was perfect. There was no pressure on my hands this morning. It was great. Louisa says, I yogaed. Great. Hi, Louisa. Hi, Lou. Good morning. Hello, Amy. All right, so I have an image of my girls that I'm going to be using. I think I'm going to do a large spread of them and just get it sketched out first and do a double page. I have portraits. Janice, you need to add your portrait. We haven't seen your portrait. Amy, I don't know if you want to add yours as well to the Padlet. And Rashmi, you have to add yours as well. We did a Circle of Friends meet on Saturday morning early, and some of us added our photos. We only had 3 minutes to sketch. This was in Patreon. We had 3 minutes to sketch everybody's portraits, and then we, some of us continued working on them, and I haven't finished mine. These are the 3-minute ones, so I have to go back in and I still have a lot to do, but if you want and you are a Patreon and you want to be added, then please do. Tammy, I haven't seen your portrait in there. Anyway, these are some of the ones that I have finished. I've been using gouache, my palette, so if you've been watching over the month of December, I used gouache palette paper with tubed gouache. Well, I haven't thrown any of them away, and they can be used as paint for these portraits. So that's what I've been using instead of using more paint. You can see my palettes. I've been using that and just adding some washes of color on my portraits. So if you are a patron and you haven't added your image, that would be kind of nice to have everybody's images, everybody's faces painted. Hi Tash, how are you? Hello Kushal, how are you? Or Kaushal, Raj. Thanks Marianne. Hi Julie, how are you? All right, so I'm gonna get started with my girls. I think I'm going to use a gouache palette just to get the majority of color on. I saw a really beautiful artist, and she was quite minimal with her lines and with her color as well. Not something that I could ever do, but it was really beautiful. And I think her name was, I want to say Sarah Hetzel or something like that. Anyway, I will find it and I'll link it. Good morning, Meryl. Janice says, your portraits are fantastic. I'm hoping to watch the replay. And add your photo to the Padlet. I know that some people, Jacinda just added one. It would be nice to draw some more, but Janice says later and do the 3-minute sketch. Yeah, the 3-minute sketches are great. I think it's a nice way to get every portrait done. Julie says, I'm okay. Hospital this morning and the surgeon had my awful cast removed and I'm having oh no, surgery on Tuesday. Oh my goodness, that was it must have been a really bad break. That's not so good. All right. I'm so sorry for you, Julie. So what do they have to do with the surgery? That's awful. That means that's going to be out a lot of weeks from that time too. From the time you have the surgery, that's another 6 weeks, isn't it? Or 8 weeks. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit more simple. Just need to get the direction of their faces on here, and then I can just make it my own. I know what my girls look like, so I can usually just get the positions there, and then I will so today is book, but I'm doing my girls. Julie says, but I already feel better without the pressure on the cast. Oh, I'm sure. We'll chat later. You don't have to, tell us everything that is going on with your poor foot here if you don't want to. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and get her face in. Julie says, not too many weeks because it's going to solve the problem quicker. He needs to repair the ligament so that the articulation works better. I was going to ask about the book prompt. Ah, yes. My book is going to be the color book that I listened to and read this past year, like in 2023. I'm not a huge reader, so I do have to listen to books to be able to get through books, only because the time that my downtime is usually doing art, as you know. And so I don't, like, when I read, I'm basically exhausted and then I fall asleep. So it just doesn't work. So I read, or I listen to books while I'm walking. And my book is going to be the color book that that I read. So this is the book, and I'm going to position it on my daughter's lap here in the front. Right here, she's going to be holding it. So I have to imagine what her arm would be doing and her hand. It may end up looking a little bit weird. And make it a little bit larger than life. It is quite a large book. Yes, it is Finlay. Finlay, Victoria Finlay. The book is lovely. Like I've had the book for a couple of years. So the book is lovely because there are, you know, pictures inside as well, which relate to the different chapters of color. I also have little maple leaves in here. Oh, and my daughter's driving license, her past driving license. And I must have had this book for a long time because I even have names for my daughters. That was before they were born. Oh my goodness. I wonder when was this book written? Let's see. I guess I can actually look in the book. That would probably make more sense, wouldn't it? Let's see, when was it first published? Its color travels through the paint box. 2002. Oh yeah, so that makes sense. My first daughter was born in 2004. Oh, I thought it was much more recent. Wow. It has taken me 20 years to read that book or to listen to the book. I think I started it and then I never ended up finishing it. That's crazy, isn't it? Yes, listen to it. I think you'll like it, Julie. Oops. And I don't think her voice is very annoying. Good morning, Louise. C says, good morning. Good morning, C. Marianne says, best of luck, Julie. Hope you heal quickly. Yeah, when Oh, okay. When is the operation? And Julie says, Marianne, thanks, Marianne. I already feel better. I knew something was off, so I'm glad he pinpointed the problem right away, so I feel better than before. Okay, I'm going to have to make this part up. Meryl, I added the daily prompts in the Padlet. I haven't added any pictures because, but you can add your own pictures if you want. Maybe I'll put a blanket over them. It looks a little strange. I'm going to take Ashley's arm over here and she can be, I mean, my youngest daughter is not going to be happy that Ashley's hand is on her body, but I'm going to have to adjust her hand as well, but I'll paint that. It was a strange angle that I was taking the photo, so it's going to be all a little bit off, I think. All a little bit off, that's okay. Surgery is Tuesday. Ooh, a week today. You're welcome, Meryl. All right. And it's a little bit odd, the composition, but we'll see if it works. Doesn't have to be. I'm going to just simplify. I'm going to get some paint on first, and then I will add afterwards. Okay. It is super windy here. Can you hear the wind? Like it's blowing outside, and the fan behind me is like clapping in the background. Okay, I'm gonna just spray my paints so that they activate a little bit. I've also got a lot of palettes here that I can use. I don't have much blue in this palette. What are your books that you are, what's your favorite book? Like, I'm only saying that's my favorite book because it was one that really stood out last year. Like, do you have a book that you read over and over that you love? Are you doing a book stack, a stack of books? I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, we did a couple of book stacks and I found them the other day. I really like doing that. But it's funny because we only had an hour. I don't think I got them all done in an hour. Did we work on them during the week as well? Does anybody remember those book stacks? I'm sure they took longer than just 1 hour to complete. Louisa, did you finish your portraits? I'm seeing lots of portraits being added. Julie says, I know which book I'll draw. Which one? Louisa says, ha ha ha, not yet. I think I should have taken note from Marianne. I should always check in with Marianne to see what you're doing, because I love the shelf. I love what you did with your portraits on Saturday. I need to check in with you before you start and see what you're going to do, because I think you have really good ideas. Okay, let's get the floor a little bit warmer. How did that water blob get on there? I have no idea. This week we have 2 classes today and 2 classes tomorrow. And then we are going to have a Patreon meet, an early Patreon meet again. I'm sorry if you are on the West Coast. Well, we can either have it early or we can have it much later. But I'll check in with West Coasters to see if any of you can make it, because if you can make it, then we can do a later one. That's fine. But I may do an early one as well. And then we have another class, another virtual art retreat on Saturday. And then Gail and Jennifer have their paint along where they're drawing from masters, which will be a lot of fun. So if you haven't signed up for that, you can sign up for that. Good morning, Elvira. Marianne says, thanks, Shar, but I feel I can't manage tackling a project like you do, so it's something more the easy way out. I don't think it's the easy way out. I think it's a great, it's a great suggestion for anyone who doesn't have the time to complete anything larger. I think it's great the way you tackle it. And does anybody know if, I know it's Tuesday, Dylan Sarah has his drawing Zoom on Tuesdays. Is anybody going to that later? And then Thursdays is Visual Arts Passage. I'm not sure if they're back this week. I think they must be. Oh, they were back last week, weren't they? I just missed it. And then what else is going on this week? I don't know if the Henley School of Art has any models this week. I missed yesterday's if they did have them, and I will miss tomorrow's because I have classes. So that's unfortunate. Anyone want to share what their book is today? That they're their favorite book? You guys must have a favorite book that you're working on, don't you? Share, share, share. Let's hear, what is your favorite book? Or your favorite book right now, because it may not be your ultimate favorite, but your favorite book that you're reading. Ooh, bad. This this paintbrush is not very good. It keeps moving around. Just get the block colors on now. Julie says a book my mum has had as a kid that she got a new version of for me, and then I got one for my daughter. Beautiful fairy tale illustrations. Oh, lovely. Rashmi says it has been so long since I read any books. Rashmi, that's why I listen to books, because I don't have time to read. So, or I choose to do other things other than read. Listening to audiobooks is a lifesaver. All right, the jeans color blue. Let me get those on. It's a weird color blue I've got here. I think it got some green in it. Let's change that a little bit. Yes, Rashmi. She says, yeah, I must switch to audiobooks. You'll really enjoy it, because I know that you're busy with your son. So, you know, even the time that you're walking with him, or he's at the playground and you're, you know, you still need eyes on him and not on the book. Like those are great. It's a great way of getting some books in. But a little tip, because if you haven't started with audiobooks yet, listen to the sample audiobook to see if you like the author, like the what do you call it? Not the author. The oh, my brain. The one who reads the books. What are they called? Julie says, who's your favorite character in HP, Marianne? Oh, Marianne says, I love The Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean Abel. It was a series of books that I think a movie, but I read them as they came out, and of course Harry Potter series. And Julie says, what's your favorite character in Harry Potter, Marianne? Louise says, I keep hearing about Clan of the Cave Bear. I must give that a read. Mariano says, Julie, I just loved Luna Lovegood. Jennifer says, I have continued to read aloud with my girls. Middle grade novels are great adventure and not adult themes. And Marianne says, how about you, Julie? Rashmi says, narrator. Thank you, the narrator. Thank you, Louisa. Julie says, yeah, I love Luna. My favorite is Snape. For any of you Harry Potter fans, there's a bit of a Harry Potter conversation going on here. You can join in if you're here. There are 18 people watching and no thumbs up. Are you guys having problems with the thumbs up button today? Or you just forgot to thumbs up? It just means that people see. If I don't get any thumbs up from my and likes from my video, it means that it won't get up there and people won't see it. So the more thumbs up and the more likes I get, the more people see it. Not that I you know what, it's not that I don't really mind. I do mind, because it's nice to have people who see content. If you're here doing content, it's nice to see. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but anyway, give us a thumbs up. Maybe okay, so maybe it doesn't work. I'm gonna try refreshing and maybe that works. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I got 10 thumbs up. Okay, apologies for those of you who didn't give me a thumbs up, or who did give me a thumbs up, but then I said there were no thumbs up. I have to refresh the screen. I didn't realize that. So that's on my side. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, hand on this side. Sweater. It's very muted, isn't it? Today in our Jumpstart to Art, we are working on water-soluble crayons and markers. So if you are coming to that class, make sure that you have those items, art materials with you. Thanks, Rashmi. Julie says, yes, me too. So you have a problem with your counts. Julie, Louisa says, why is Clan of the Cave Bear a thing again? Is there a new book or movie or something? Marianne says, Jen, have you read the Penderwick series with the girls? I read them to my granddaughter over the phone daily during the lockdown. Oh, so nice. So special. I always have trouble finding you on YouTube because I can't turn on the notification bell for you. Oh, that's strange. And Louise says, I'm so behind on classes yet again. Oh, Louise, it's okay. It's fine to be behind. You know, there will be a time that you can do the classes, the replays. They'll be there. So I'm just blocking everything in. I'm going to put a pink blanket on them. I don't know. I don't have a pink blanket at home, so I don't know where they got their pink blanket from, these girls. And Ashley's hand is very large, so I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. I feel like I'm just blocking in. And it's weird because this is a chair, but then Ashley is kind of sitting on the side of it. Not sure what to do about. Maybe I'll make the blanket a little bit bigger. That is weird, Janice. You can, something on notifications for other channels. Can you turn on, maybe I have to, does anybody have problems with my channel and turning on notifications? Or maybe nobody has notifications on. Ah, yes, Piper needs to go in here. Very good idea. Yes, I will put Piper in. What would I do without you guys? Okay, Louisa says my notifications are on. And Janice can put other Isn't that weird that you can put other notifications on, but not for me? That's strange. Strange. Very strange. Very, very, very. Okay. Yeah, we're going to put Piper on. I am going to just, I'm going to make these socks nice and stripy. And Ashley loves green, so I'm going to give her a green sweater. That's a little bit bright. Yeah, maybe try unsubscribing and resubscribe again. Yeah, try that. Maybe that will work. Okay, I'm gonna get, I don't really want a brown. What color carpet shall I put in? Well, I do have a tan carpet. Maybe I'll just put a grayish carpet and put a design on it. Is anybody doing a book stack this morning, seeing as it's your favorite book prompt? C says, my favorite book is usually the last book I read. I read. The current one I'm reading, and the most read is To Kill a Mockingbird. Isn't that funny? Because that's my mum as well. My mum always goes back to Kill a Mockingbird. That's her favorite book. She gave me a copy. She gave Ashley and Jordan a copy. That's really strange, see. Strange. All right. Let's get some color on their faces. Some lovely warmth. And their hands. Their skin isn't this orange, but I like to make sure that there's a glow. A glow on my girls. Their hands. So this is usually how I go about a painting when I'm kind of drawing from memory, and block it all in and go from there rather than, you know, making it all perfect and then I can add the details afterwards. Tomorrow's prompt is weather, another weather. Oh, actually, it's the first weather. And I want to try, I'm going to try and come up with something unique to do. I actually love the idea of a weather diary and just choosing colors every day from the weather. And I think I did it for a little bit and then I forgot. Julie says, C, have you ever read Madame Olney's Tales? Beautiful. And C says, I'm reading the book that inspired Oppenheimer. It's very long, but it's really interesting. And Julie says, The White Cat was my favorite as a child. I don't think I have Julie, but I'm writing it down. Head needs to be a little bit deeper here. All right, I think I can, oh no, here, I'm gonna just put a leg in. I think I need to make it a little bit larger of a leg. Julie says, I'll send illustrations on the chat. Beautifully vintage. Lovely. I look forward to seeing them. And she says, something not read Harry Potter or seen any of the movies. Oh, I've seen some of the movies. I started reading the book and then I was going to read it with my daughter and she didn't love it. Or it's not like she didn't love it, she just didn't get into it. So we ended up not reading it together. Okay, I'm just going to get some more water because look how dirty this one is. Okay, I think I can take a smaller brush and just work into this with gouache a little bit more and then maybe wait until, what should I do? Maybe I'll do their faces just with a pencil crayon quickly. Yeah, maybe I will. If not, I'm not going to get anything done. What is up with my phone? 7:44. We have 15 minutes left. C says it's behind the chat. Louisa says the Stephen Fry Harry Potter's great audiobooks. Oh. Yeah, I could do that. I could do audiobooks with the Harrys. That would be good. I need something a little bit warmer. Yeah, I think I'm going over with pencil crayon. I do like gouache and pencil crayon. Amy says, like Stephen Fry too. I will have to check them out. I have three credits on audiobook. I don't know if I can, well, I'll just have to walk more, that's all, so that I can listen to them. Get some shadow in here so that the hand stands out a little bit, and the chin as well. I'm thinking in February of doing another 4-week portrait class. Is anybody interested? I'm going to do another virtual art retreat, but I also want to start a portrait class. But it's going to be more about connections between people and in portraits, and not so posed, so maybe figurative portraits. So that's what I was thinking. And each class will just be focusing on one portrait. We'll do warm-ups as well, and there will be two portrait classes a week, so you'll get 8 in total in the full week, using different mediums and just working on composition, and I think it would be quite a lovely class to do. Louisa says, also, if you're a member of the library, try the, oh yes, the library app, and then you can borrow audiobooks. That is so true as well. And they probably have a lot of these or a lot of these books in audio. I should try that for the Harry Potter so that I don't use my Audible credits. Louisa says, perhaps. Is that perhaps you're interested in portraits? Or is that perhaps the library has the books? Yes, perhaps you'll be interested in the portraits. Oh, okay. You just said yes, but that could be yes to both. I think I've made Ashley's face too long. I'll see. Maybe it'll work out. Eight minutes to go. Oh, yes to both. C says, I fall asleep with audiobooks. So, well, that's why I listen to them when I'm moving. I definitely wouldn't be able to listen to an audiobook. I can listen to them when I'm, if I'm just sitting, well, then I should just read a book. But I listen to them when I'm cooking. I listen to them when I'm cleaning. I listen to them when I'm walking Piper. Definitely need to be moving. And for me, it's kind of like meditation as well, because I really have to focus on the book and not get distracted. Like, I'll start thinking about other things while I'm walking, and then I'm like, no, I got to listen to the book. But that's why the color one by Victoria Finlay really, like, it really captured my attention every time I would listen to it. So there wasn't any distraction. So I figured that was probably a good indication of it being a really good book. Let's put a little bit of darker hair here. I think I made her ear too far back, but I'll just bring her hair forward a little bit here. Not while you're painting and drawing. No, I try to listen to either Italian or Spanish movies while I'm drawing, just to have in the background to tune, like, to help me remember my languages, or even Danish. So that's kind of what happens when I'm painting or drawing. So I try to tune my ears in. With my foreign language, love of foreign languages, so, which I think, because I'm relaxed while I'm drawing, like, it's a nice way to still focus on what I have going on, like, on my table. But if I'm listening to a book, like, I think it would just distract me in my drawing. I don't know. C says, I also love children's illustrated books. I do too. I have, like, a shelf full of them behind me. You should see if you can get other language versions of... Oh, that's a good idea, Louisa. Yeah. I do listen to sometimes, like, YouTubers in Spanish. That's good. But yeah, listening to a book in Spanish would be really good as well. Louisa, do you listen to books in Spanish? Her nose is a little bit... Oh, or her mouth is too far over. I don't know what it is. I think it's the mouth. I'm going to bring this over slightly. C says, I have a poor attention span now, Louise. I might not hear when I'm painting. I should give it a try. Hello, Simone Tincha. Amy, I love Stephen Fry. And Louisa says, I do not. My Spanish is abysmal, probably because I do not listen to it. Oh yeah, you should listen to more Spanish. I used to go because they don't have, or when I was living in Spain, they didn't have movies. They weren't subtitled, they were all dubbed, so everything was in Spanish. Even like, you know, you'd go to watch Mission Impossible and it would be in Spanish, like dubbed in Spanish. So I had to get my ear around it, and that really helped. And then going to the Spanish art school, they didn't speak a word of English. There was only one girl who spoke. Actually, there was an English guy who was taking the art courses or classes there, but he was a lot more advanced than I was. And then there was a girl my age, and she spoke a little bit of English, which helped. Yeah, so it really does help to just immerse yourself in it. C says, I'm finishing a quilt. Might be good to listen to an audio then. Yes. Simone says, hi Cher, happy to catch you live. Thank you for drawing BIPOC people as brown women. It also makes me happy to see. Yeah, my girls are chocolate babies, so I get a lot of drawing of well, I color is color. It's just, I think people are beautiful of all different colors. Julie says, the first book I read in Spanish was Eco's Name of the Rose because it was a cheap edition and I was an au pair in Barcelona. Ah, so you speak Spanish too, Julie. But yeah, we are a very multicultural, multicolor group here, Simone. It is we are of all nations and all colors. All right, let's have a look. And get some. That does not work. Let's do the charcoal white again. I may have to go. Maybe I'll just use gouache for this part. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I have to go. We have class at 10 and we have class at 1:30. So if you're doing virtual art retreat, it's at 1:30, not at 1. And if you're doing the Jumpstart into Art, that is at 10 a.m. this morning. And if you still want to join our classes, there you are more than welcome to. Just go on to my website, blueshineart.com, and you can join there. I did not finish this, did I? Oh well. This was supposed to be book. The prompt today was book. It's okay, it's the start. I kind of like it. I like how, but I would have liked to have put a little bit more detail maybe in their hands so that anything with skin is more detailed. Ah, Black Indigenous People of Color. Thank you, Simone. Julie says, claro que sí. And Amy says, Name of the Rose, excellent. Oh, I have to listen to it. C says, I want to learn Spanish in order to read in Spanish. Well, you don't need to learn Spanish to read in Spanish because reading in Spanish is very easy. You just read what you see. And then it's just the emphasis on certain syllables, which is a little bit different. Okay, so if the light is coming from over here, that means there would be a shadow right here. I'm running a little bit over, everybody. Hope you don't mind. All right. Well, I look forward to seeing all your books. Remember to use the hashtag Char's Art Class. Do I have it here? Hashtag Char's Art Class or Char's Art Class 0124, because that compartmentalizes the whole January, and then in February it'll be 0224. But yeah, remember to use the hashtag so that we can all see your work. I'm sorry I haven't been sharing recently, but I will. And check out my stories, because I do put in things that are going on with other artists. I usually share them. Sam Dion Baker, she has a free, which it's not yet, but you can sign up to it so you get a notification, Michaels.com. So the US Michaels, if you go to classes and workshops, on February 13th, she has a Fill My Page sketchbook workshop, and it's free, and so you can go on there and sign up to that workshop. Just go into classes and workshops on Michaels.com. The link that I first sent didn't work because it wasn't long enough, so I shortened it. That wasn't a good idea. And then Gail and Jennifer, August Wren, they have their paint along this Saturday. So it's going to be a busy Saturday for us all. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Rashmi. Yeah, like I can continue. I think I may just do some pattern within it and like add little bits. I think it'll be nice to add little bits to it and not make it too complete. No. C says portrait when. Louisa says beautiful painting, Char. And Julie says Europeans. Yes, we speak a lot of languages in Europe. Marianne says thank you, Char, just signed up. And Julie says there's a huge Art Miranda sale for art supplies. Woo! Is that for the Europeans? Marianne, I have a delivery coming today, I think, of some more gouache. Marianne says, and the Mona Lisa too. Yes, they're doing the Mona Lisa. Janice says, I will get notifications now. Yay! And Julie says, Holbein, here I come. I think I got some Winsor & Newton. I should have got some Holbeins. And C says, Arte Miranda, Julie? Yeah, I think it's a European. Is it Spanish? A Spanish art store? What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Great, Janice, you're getting notifications. Julie, take care with your foot. And I will see some of you at 10. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining. Oh, tomorrow on Instagram Live. Maybe I'll get somebody to join me. We'll see. Maybe Jen can join me. I don't know. She's probably busy, but if anybody wants to join me live, you can. Bye, everybody.